Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the completed version of Powell's U.S. History and Government Curriculum Web. Um, in the Curriculum Web, we have several categories: about Powell, contact, professional development, students, and of course, teacher. Before we go into some of the specifics of the Curriculum Web, let's go with some background information about Powell, which is me. So on the home page, you have an explanation of my learning philosophy. When it comes to the theory of learning, it's my belief that all students can learn. In education, it's critical for teachers to always remember that we can never give up on the student when it comes to learning. All right, so about Powell, that's that. A nice little introduction saying my teaching philosophy. I'm a U.S. history teacher at Maspeth High School. I teach 11th grade U.S. history, and that will be the focus for this Curriculum Web. Very involved in the school right now as an untenured teacher. I'm a U of T chapter leader. I have a Junior States of America club. I'm currently coaching varsity table tennis, and will be also coaching varsity girls badminton in the spring, so quite busy. Also newly married, so you can imagine busy time. If you'd like a little bit more of that, you could click on the welcome blog. That will come up as a video in the bottom left hand corner of your screen. Contact, really basic. We click on the contact link and you can find the best way to contact me, which is email to my work email, kpowell@maspethhighschool.org. All right, now let's get into the nitty-gritty of the Curriculum Web. So the topic and purpose. The topic of the Curriculum Web as we'll go under students, introduction. We could also go under teachers, introduction. There's several ways to get the purpose of this, but the purpose is that's a video. The purpose of this web is to really explore some important aspects of U.S. history, specifically the creation of a new government following the American Revolution. We have 5 lessons, each one targeting a different aspect of creating the revolution. Creating a new plan of government. Lesson 1, how could the colonists possibly win the war? Lesson 2, how did the newly independent Americas struggle to establish a new government? Lesson 3, what were the arguments for and against the new Constitution? Lesson 4, how did the Federalist and Anti-Federalist point of view differ? And Lesson 5, how is the Constitution a bundle of compromises? We can see all of this listed under students, process. It's also listed under teachers process as well. In order to complete the Curriculum Web in 5 days, it has the aims for each day. Students can walk through step by step, and see how to obtain the aim, how to achieve the aim. As we go further down, I'll have all the links to the important documents for them. Some of the links are right under there. Opening task, presentation, different readings. Here we have some help with an essay, a homework essay. So as the students go down the process, they'll see exactly what's entitled to them. And those are all working links. All right, so let's go, I guess, tab by tab. Just start off with students. Click on the Students Introductory tab and get a basic introductory video about what the topics will be about. Under the Teacher Introductory tab, there is some advice telling you to go to the Student Introductory tab to watch the video. A little overview, but also the advice of, hey, check out the 8-minute video on exactly what each topic is about. So next step would be to go to Students Task. When we go to the Students Task, it's a summary of really the time period and describes what their task will be in this Curriculum Web. That students will supplement their classroom experience by exploring the challenges faced with creating an effective plan of government. And here we have our primary goal, our primary problem. How did the newly independent Americans struggle to develop an effective plan of government. It says what the students will do: investigate and evaluate several experiences and various authors' point of view. So the process tab really represents exactly what they need to do. Just took a look at that. Give you an example here. Day 1, and watch a short presentation regarding the strengths and weaknesses of both sides of the battle. So there's 4 battles that we have here. Each link goes to a different battle, whether it's the Battle of Lexington and Concord. I'll go back here. Click on the next link, Battle of Saratoga. The next link. And you get the idea, the Battle of Bunker Hill. So the students, as it's said in the process, they'll watch each video and each clip and describe them in several paragraphs, and describing them in relation to the aim. How could the colonists possibly win the Revolutionary War? So that response will have some ups and downs. And this lesson plan, here's a description of the process, but for the teacher to have a more formal version of the lesson plan itself, we go to the teacher tab under lessons to the side here, LP1. LP1 will open up to lesson 1, and the teacher once again has videos here of a link to the videos that were in that previous tab. And if we click on lesson plan 1, the bottom left hand corner, a lesson plan will appear, and hopefully you'll get this link. I think you'll see this on the presentation. There is the actual lesson plan. Objectives, thinking skills, standards, assessment, differentiation, the aim, some guided Bloom's questions, the procedure. Now that procedure has an alternative part of it that you could actually do within the classroom as well. So the process tab really gives what needs to be done, but this lesson plan can be adapted to a traditional classroom setting as well. All right, so going back to the students process link, that was day 1. The students have a homework assignment, write an email to the King of England, and they're going to email that to the professor or to the teacher. Day 2, the students could just go right there. Do you think people benefit from a powerful government? Why or why not? And that really has to do with the whole power struggle of creating a strong centralized government or a weak centralized government. And when the students click on the opening task, they will they'll see some questions that really help them get to that aim. We start with asking them, what is the purpose of parenting? How do parents provide for their children? And is it better for parents to be strict or kind of let their kids do whatever they want, make their own mistakes? So we're allowing for the students to use that experience, something they're familiar with, and try to relate it to government. What is the purpose of government? How does a government provide for its people? And is it better to have a strong centralized government that's very involved with the people's lives, or a weaker centralized government? So once again, all the links to all the lessons that you need are right next to the instructions. So that's the students page. The students evaluation. The students will be evaluated on all their assignments. 2 particular rubrics that they would find useful. It's a rubric for a thematic essay. When we click that, it provides us a link to a rubric for a thematic essay. And also a rubric is attached there for 2 of the author's point of view activities. I believe lesson 4 and 5 will incorporate that. So once again, the process has an outline of exactly what the students will be doing, but for a more detailed version of that, we'd want to go into our lesson plans, or our lesson plans. And then at the very end, the conclusion, the students, yay, congrats, looks like you made it through the process. And then they should hear back from the teacher in a little bit. All right, the teacher itself. We already went over the introduction tab. It basically advises you to watch the video under the student's introduction. The learners tab briefly describes the students themselves and the curriculum web. So our students are 11th grade U.S. history students in Maspeth, Queens at Maspeth High School, Newer High School. We have an emphasis on classical education, the classical educational approach, yet Maspeth also does try its best to incorporate relevant technologies to benefit our students. Process is very similar to the student process. It once again also includes all links, all readings, the Federalist Papers number 9, with the instructions to scroll down, Patrick Henry's address, some videos on the Great Compromise, the Three-Fifths Compromise, and an opportunity for them to create an online Venn diagram. It's all there. Really, really proud of it as well. The lesson plans 1 to 5 resources are there. Click on each one of those. When we click on the evaluation tab, once again we have some of the rubrics that are involved with that. Evaluation is specifically pointed out in the lesson plans. Some of the state standards that are included in this tab. I'm sorry, not only the state standard, but Common Core standards and technology standards as well are provided in the standards tab. And once again, the conclusion. The conclusion tab, just to kind of let you know that you've made it and the purpose of that. And the final part I want to go over is the professional development part of the curriculum web. We have an introductory video here about what a curriculum web is. Process is a full schedule of the professional development day. We can click on that link for that. The task is really an outline of the whole overall PED. Click on that and you can see. We can navigate now to evaluation. The evaluation will probably include a rubric for your experience throughout the PD. The resources is really great. We've had our National Educational Technology Standards resources are there in a link. A short video on the need for bringing in technology into the classroom for Web 2.0 skills. This is actually from the course itself. I found it a very helpful video for a teacher that was going through this. We have a sample curriculum map, some pages of the sample curriculum map, and just an overall need for description of the structure of the curriculum web as well, of how it would look structured. It details each one of these individual tabs and what each one of these individual tabs should have in them. There's also an opportunity or an explanation of how to create each one of these individual tabs. And it ends with the teaching guide. Our teaching guide is kind of a summary of a lot of the information that's in the tabs. This was a task that we had earlier in the year. The teaching guide to the professional development and the overall curriculum map. So as we look through that, it has some basic information there. Here I also included not a curriculum web, but a curriculum map of the entire United States history curriculum map, and highlighted in that is where our curriculum map comes into play, and that would be Unit 2. So one of the prerequisites would probably be to see in Unit 1. Keep scrolling down and get to another schedule of the PD day, some more rubrics, and some more information in there. Well, I believe that is pretty much every topic for the curriculum web. Lots of assessment methods. The problem was addressed. Intended audiences, purpose of the lessons. I hope that was enough for you. I hope you enjoy your time looking around, and take care.